I'm gonna make a start on it anyway. So I just want to go into the share screen thing here and bring that up, and hold control to select multiple windows. Okay, and we're in. So no,
Yeah.
Okay, right. So across the top, you'll see up in the corner, you see File, Edit, View, Options, Profile, Program, Radio Command, and Help. That's the top. You see this one here is based upon. If I get that down there, it's 441, whatever it is on the thing there. Show you that in a minute. So in the file system, I'll bring it down. You see, just they open the log file, there's record, sound, and all that kind of stuff. There's just the exit there. Is that Edit has all of the other things. Copy from the RX window, copy from the history window, auto copy, edit the TX image, and handling 320 by 240. That's the pixels in the picture here. View gives you the view of all the various different things. You have the waterfall up there, and the spectroscope is over here. The options is the most important one. In the options, you have the sound card input-output level, as you see it there with all the levels. You have the sound card. Go away. You have the sound card input level, which is that one there, given the microphones. Okay, and you have the setup of the SSTV. Now, I'll just go in here with this. The first panel have RX. This is the receive panel for the thing here. And as you see, where we have Hilbert TF is the demodulating method. Everything else is switched off here on this. You don't need any of the VFO gain or anything like that on it. There's no offset, no lot. The only thing you have to make sure is that your RX bandpass filter is based broad. And you have Viz Solo there for the auto start. You've got the lowest squelch level, so you're not blocking anything out. And you've got the buffer here and RAM. And up here, that should be clicked there on the auto restart, and the auto resync should be also clicked on that. So that's that one. That's the RX window. The next one we have is the TX window. And in the TX window, you see I have PTT COM port 4. That will change with the computer as you, whatever computer you have, that COM port will be different on everyone's computer. It won't be the same on any two. Well, it might be the same on any two computers, but it won't be the same. You have to set your own port up for that. Down here, I have OmniRig. An OmniRig is the thing that governs the control program on the radio. So you see there, I have the IC7100. It's on COM3. It's at 9600 baud. It's eight stop bits. There's no parity. Sorry, it's 8 data bits. There's no parity. The stop bits is 1. The RTS is high. DTR is high. And the poll-in time is 500 milliseconds. And the timeout is 4000 milliseconds. And that's all governed by OmniRig. Come over here, then you have, this is the next one you have is the digital output level. That will change the amount of drive you get from the radio into the output from the speakers as it's going out on the air. That's what that one there governs. You have a call sign in there for the template. The Vox tone is standard. This is half in Spanish here, right? The loop back is off. The fixed mode is on. The encode FSK ID is on there, and the CW is in there. That gives the CW tone after I send the picture. And I have this down at 3 dots past the slow above the slow mark on it there, so that I can change that as I go along. The next one you have then is miscellaneous. And in the miscellaneous, you set up your USB, you set up your audio in and your audio out. The FIFO here is the sampling time, the sampling amount of the CPU that's used for transmit and receive. So there's 2 different settings on this. The 12 is for the RX, so RX uses 12% or whatever it is of the CPU. TX uses 40, but I had to change that. During one of the things I was doing there, a message came up to say I had to increase the FIFO and TX, so I did that. Priority is normal. It's all in JPEG. The quality is 80. You can change the quality of that if you want to. These things here are the trails that are in the scope on top here. If you change any of these, it will change the things. So you've got the background scope, which you use kind of a khaki color. Signals are pink, trails are blue, the sync marker is the red one, and the frequency marker is the green one. So all those are in that panel up there on top. The yoke here is set for Times New Roman, but you can actually change that if you want to. And here you have Spanish, English, and other. So we're in English, although it's only half in English because half it's in Spanish. This is a Spanish version of the original program, and it's called Ionic, Y-O-N-I-C. So that's that one there. That's all of that there now. There. So now I'm going to try send the picture out. Just to take off my headphones. You standing by there, David?
Yep. I'm here, Joe.
Put the microphone into the earphone, and I just click TS here on this. Now, you can see this little line running down along the picture here. That's the scanning bar, and it's going down along the line there as it goes along, scanning the picture. And we'll go out here in Scotty 1.
That's looking good, Joe.
That's P5 down from Joe.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
Okay, so that one's out there. Did you get that, Dermot?
Yes, perfect, Joe.
Okay. Now, I want to show you this thing here. You heard that CW tone that went out there off that. So if I click on the CW here now, you see, now changed it to a slower level. So it's not going out now as fast as it was. So that's that little bit there. Over here you have the modes for the TX and RX modes, and these ones here in Scotty 1. Now if I click on any one of these here, right click on it, you see a whole list of them coming up along there, right? About different things, and anything that's been highlighted or in the dark here is on the panel here. So as soon as you click it on the thing here, and it goes into the main panel, it goes dark on the list. So that's the list of those there. Just click that out now. There, that's going out. What am I doing? Jesus, I'm getting stuck here now with the thing. So that's what that is there now. So that's the thing on there. Now I just want to go back here. I want to this thing over here. Let's see if I can just move that picture away there. And I click this back here. That's the other. There's all of the things that I have in it there that were pictures that I sent out to various things like that. So what we have here is you can change any of these to anything that you want. So if I want to change, if I put that up there and I want to change that, I come down here and I can put in test pattern there, and the test pattern goes into the screen like that, and that gives you a test pattern on that. This one here is for sending out CQs to anyone that's, you know, after you send out a CQ. This one here is the one that goes to the station that has called you. It goes in there. I'll do that within a minute. And then this one here is just to confirm that you've had a contact with somebody. This one here is the 73s over there. So they want to send me back a picture there, Dermot, and we'll see how it goes.
I will. Lovely, Joe. Let me see. Let me go here. So I'll be sending back my report to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
My call sign plus a thumbnail of your original transmission. Okay.
That's
here
right.
we go.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. 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 Well, like I'll get to that in a minute. That's not coming through there, Dermot. There we go. Now you can see David's
Artist now.
transmission coming down there now. This call sign, the SSTV there. This call coming up. This is my call sign coming in here.
Is this program always listening, or did you click something to start listening? The RX.
No, it's a part of the program. It's just a part of the program that it comes in like that. I get to that. Just when this is finished here now, I do the demo on how to put things into the panels. All right.
I'm afraid I don't have a good selection of pictures yet to send back. So
That's all right. It's cool. As long as something's coming back there, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
That blue line there now is just a resync on the signal. So 62% now of the signal coming through. There's the thumbnail of the picture that went out. And James call sign there coming in there now on that. Right? Beautiful picture, James.
yeah, and there we are.
Well, lovely, yeah. Now, when I go to respond to that, I go in over here, you see where it says RSTE, and there's a number there, 595 after that. Well, if I click on that arrow, we can change that to wherever I want. Well, 595 is perfect picture and tone and all that kind of stuff. So we'll leave that at 595. So now I'm going to go into this one here. This is update. I click on the update, and that puts David's signal, David's call sign, and it's 595 into the picture here with the Buddha in it. And the thumbnail of the signal is in the bottom there. So I'm going to send it back to him now. There it is. You see that? That's David's signal, the 595. His original picture that came over, and my call sign at the bottom. So I'm going to send that one back there now. Wait till I just take the earphones off again. They're off with this forever. Now.
Is there a checksum sent with the image, or are you just visually inspecting it to see the quality on the other end?
I suspect it's just visual. It's not. I don't think there's a checksum in it. I think it's basically analog.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now,
Lovely.
to answer your question there, Adrian, about the thing, you see down here under AAFC and LMS, there's a little tack box that show with templates. So we'll click on that. The templates go off the pictures. Right? Click it again, it's back on there. Now, if I move this panel around over here and I go into over here where I can get a spare panel, right? So I could pick on a panel here now. If I click on this panel here, I should click on that one there, right? And up here I can say edit the image, okay? So I click on edit the image, right? That goes immediately into paint. So now I can get my rubber and I can rub all that out. See? Rub all that off. Rub it all together. Just get rid of all that. Right, that's enough of that done. So now, I want to put a picture in there, I put in paste in there, and I put paste from, right? And that will open up the panel that I have here. If I can get it, look at it there now. That'll open up the panel that I have here with pictures in it, right? So I can put any picture I want into that there now. So I click on that big flowery one there, and I click on open on that, and it goes in there. And then I can click up here at the top if I can get this thing to come down a bit. Where's it gone? I can click on get this thing off here now. This thing here off. And I click upside. This is the little thing of this logo of the little floppy disk thing. You click on that, and you click on that there. It goes out, and then down here it says OK. Click on OK, and it pops into your panel, just like that. right? So that's how it's done. Now we can also come in here, and I can also go in here and I can edit the image, and I can move all that down to the bottom here like that, and then I can start drawing on that. So I can get this funny triangle thing here, and I can go in there like that, you see, and I can make pictures, anything I want in there like that. And if I don't like that, I can undo it. I can put in an oval like that. Okay. When we do this one here, we just move them up the panel a bit there, move them across. Now I want to give this fella some legs, so we get a little straight line here. We put a little leg in there, a little leg across there. We put a little leg in there.
Is that Humpty Dumpty?
A leg and a leg.
Now, if I put another line across the middle here, right? Okay. And then I get, and then I get another one of these, and I make a little eye up here. A little eye up here, okay. And then I want to give him a nose of some sort, so we give him a little triangle nose. Here we go. Okay.
This pre-recorded kind of video.
Then I want to. I want to give him a pants, so I'm going to give him a brown. Give him a red pants, okay. Give him a red pants. I make him into a yellow face, and I give him a yellow face, and I give him blue eyes. Okay, and I give him a
red nose.
As he's an alcoholic, I give him a purple nose. Right.
Yeah.
Now, in order to complete that, now if I wanted to make him sitting on a wall, I just build a wall underneath him. I just take that out. I've got to go back to the black here. Won't do that one. And I put a line across there to get a line, and I put a line across there like that underneath him. It's a bit tall, it's a bit high. Come down a bit lower, and we get him in there like that. And then we're going to sit him on a wall, so we make a little wall out of that there. We make a little wall, you know. What we do with a little wall? See if we do with a little wall. Anyway, you get the idea. So again, you say save that, okay to that, and then that should go into the thing there. Just there already in the plate. You see him?
Aye.
All right. Yeah, the CW identifier is on the transmit side of the setup, right? Yeah, the first thing you hear, the first squiggly thing you hear, right? That's like a hand. That's like the handshake on a fax machine, right? That tells the program what mode the signal's coming in on, right? So if that, it all sounds the same, but if this one here, I did those in Scotty, right? But there's other ones here as well. Some of these are faster. Scotty 2 is faster than Scotty 1, for example, and all that kind of stuff. So you have, as you select the mode, now the way it works out is the Japanese and the Americans normally use Scotty for the transmissions. Most of the European countries would use Martin 1 or Martin 2, depending on whichever one they want. Martin 2 is slightly faster than Martin 1. And if you look down at the thing, if we open this up here again, down along here, apart at the side of every thing, you'll see the pixel setting there, which is 320 by 526, and it's at 58 seconds transmit time. Do you copy that?
Yeah.
And SC2 180 is the same size picture, but it's 182 seconds, so that's a much slower send time, right? So if you look up here, robot 36, it's at 36 seconds for the transmission. So you can change the transmission mode, changes with whatever one of these things you pick up. All right. So that's about the end of it, lads. There's nothing more I can add. Anybody any questions want to ask now? I'll see if I can answer them.
So would you normally leave it on auto then, Joe, to if you're on HF for the sake of argument, would you normally leave it on auto for receive? So
normally if the auto is working correctly, it should identify from the first squiggly bit that goes out, that goes out first. That should tell the program what mode you're transmitting in, and it should automatically pick up that mode off the board. and then pick up your picture.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So I'm going to stop the share now, Adrian. If you want to take it back, you want to take back the control there, over.
Over.
Right, share is stopped. Okay. All right.
Hey, Joe. Yeah.
Anybody
Hello.
questions?
Yeah, Joella here.
Yeah.
The I mean, because I saw something about please QSY 14288 and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
On HF, okay. Firstly, I take it you use SSB rather than FM. Is that right on HF?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's the quality like?
It's all right. I'm actually, in fact, if I have it here on this, I don't know whether I have it on this. I just have it. Okay, if I can get back into the desktop here, I can show you some of the pictures that came down.
Yeah, because the quality looks really good there now compared to the stuff that I have just picked up. I've only received stuff.
See if I can find where this if I can get at the desktop here.
Be careful what you're sharing, Joe.
See if I can get the desktop. I can't
Very
see
good.
the
You're
desktop.
very good at the gardening as well, Joe.
Oh yeah, not a bother. Yeah, I didn't grow any of them.
Oh.
Well, that's good. The painting is all right. It's not a bother. It's just a little thing. I'm just trying to figure out how to get into this thing, because I do have some pictures on the on a file here.
That you got from on HF, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting if I can get them up. If I can get.
To answer your question, Joe, if you have an S9 signal, you'll get a perfect picture. If you have an S2, you'll get a grainy picture. That's basically just the way it is.
Well, yeah. I suppose I was probably, what I really meant was typically, because I mean that picture there is 100%, shall we say, but that's like local 2 meters FM. I suppose what I was wondering is typically on HF, and there's probably no such thing as typically, what they sound like, what they look like, rather.
Yeah, if you look at the German ones tend to be nearly perfect. If you go further afield, like I've had Russian images that are absolutely perfect as well, but you're looking at an S9 signal, and probably these guys running 400 or 500 watts, sending it out. So it just depends on the signal strength you get it at. If you have an S9 signal strength, you'll get a perfect signal. If you have an S2, you won't. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Here's some of the pictures now, Joe. I can show them. Yeah, if I can just get back to the sharing the screen thing there. Where's that gone now? I'm still sharing the screen, am I?
Yeah. No, we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the pictures that came in over time. Now they're all date stamped, as you can see, 2021. That was from a fella F18. Speaking of, if I can open that one up, I can. If you can open it. Can I open it? See, can I open it? Can I open it up? I don't know what I can on it. Let me see now.
Just double click it and see.
Open. There we go. Now there. So you see that's very grainy, right? A very grainy picture, right? So that was us forever. Where's the back file on this thing now? Okay. Anyway, some of these ones here now are from the ISS. This one here is from the ISS, going back to whenever it was that I got that one. Okay. The other ones here. That's one from Tony. Okay, that one there. Okay, that's Tony's one. Let's see if there's any good ones on it here. See if there's any really nice ones. This one here is not bad. It came from a guy in where was he? Ollie. It came as a Zulu Papa, Zulu Delta, whatever that is, DSJW. He was from Italy Zulu 3 SJN. He sent in Ollie and Ollie, what you call him there? You know?
Yeah.
See if there's any other ones. These ones here are the ones that are kind of iffy. See if there's any other really good ones here that came in from. That's not a bad one there from another guy, Italy Zulu 3 AOY. The signal was fairly 5 and 8 or thereabouts on that signal, and I came in on December the 4th.
That was 20 meters, was it, Joe?
20 meters, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a few of them there, a few of them like that. That's the way they sort of do things, you know. You got a lot of stuff that comes in and it's absolutely rubbish. But mostly what I do, if I get something that doesn't show up very good, I'll get rid of it, you know. I'll just chop it off.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Joe.
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, if you're sending something on, let's say for 20 meters, and someone comes in on the frequency unbeknownst that they're on the slow scan part of the band, does that interfere with the picture?
No, because the pictures are going out in tones and the voice frequency doesn't interfere with it at all. If you were sending some kind of tone stuff, if you started sending something like maybe FT8 or something on the same frequency, it might interfere with it. I'm not sure that it would. But the tones going out here are much the same as you would get in a fax machine. It's marking space going out off the air. So you're getting the tones where you can't hear the thing going out. They're going out in mark space tone. So it's sent out, it's kind of like an FSK. So it's that kind of a signal. And nothing will interfere with it except another signal coming in of the same kind of stuff. Now, what will happen sometimes is if you get two people sending at the same time in different modes on the yoke, they will mix, and you get a crap picture in it. It'll be just all garbled, right? There'll be nothing under it at all. So you get no imaging at all, or you might get something doubled up or something on it. But it's all part of the thing. You sort of marshal it out as you go along. And if you get in something that doesn't make any sense, you've always got the delete button.
And how long have you been on slow scan?
Oh, me, I don't know, about a couple of years anyway. I've been messing around with it for a couple of years. I started like 6 meters, I think we started it on. And we just carried on through, and I just kept going here. But it's an interesting mode in that you can you're getting pictures rather than sound, and getting pictures rather than voice. So that's the story with it, you know.
Yeah, when I was young, it was Rod, and I can't remember his surname, down in Black Rock.
Rod Power, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, back then they didn't have computers. They had TV screens and fax machines and that kind of stuff for sending stuff down. And at that time, you were in the process of where anything went. So I remember people sending things like pages out of Playboy and things like that over slow scan television, you know. And some of them were very iffy, to say the least, you know, very, very, how would you say, if the censor had to see it, she'd have shut down the station. That's the way it went. But that was back then, nobody thought anything of it. But now the one thing you want to avoid, if you're going to get into this, avoid sending pictures of people, right? Because I'm nearly sure there will be some kind of a thing to do with data protection. Yeah, data protection thing, you see. Because if the person didn't give you permission to send their picture, then you've no right to send it, right? Yeah. And your call signs all over the picture. So, you know, inanimate objects, like, okay, buildings and scenery and plants and animals and that, they're fine. But avoid sending pictures of people, and especially avoid sending pictures of children.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? That's
no.
That's a no. So you got to be careful what you do. So you know, if you end up with a file full of photographs, you have to be very careful when you're looking at the photographs you want to put into this. They're saying that none of them are compromising kids or people. Like, they're not going to have people being put out over the air.
But never mind data, it's also copyright. Never mind data protection, it's copyright too. You're not allowed to use images that you don't own.
Well, this is true, you know. But you know, images that you take yourself, like of trees and shrubs and insects and
cats and
animals, all that kind of stuff. That's all fair game. Buildings, Buildings provided there's nobody looking out the window when you take the picture. You know, that kind of stuff. It's fine. Architecture.
Airplanes, Joe.
Yeah.
Airplanes.
The one thing I would do if you were going to go down the road, particularly on the HF bands, is if somebody is sending in a particular mode, right? Somebody is sending out signals in a particular mode, say Scotty or Martin or one of those jokes, and you want to send a picture out of your own, I would pick another mode to send it out in, rather than send it out the one that they're using, because that gives you a different image on the transmission. But that's quite good, you know, because you have all the frequencies there in the thing I sent you, all the frequencies that are available. There's no frequency for 17 meters, and it doesn't appear to be a frequency for 4 meters either. I think 4 meters probably was thought of as being a non-entity when they were doing all this. But I suppose there is a dedicated AM frequency on 4 meters. It's 70. I think it's 7240 or 7250, and it's possible to send it out on that, possibly. But you wouldn't have to use AM for it. You could use any other mode you like, because there'd be nobody using AM on that anyway, unless there's very dedicated AM people out there. But that's the thing. It's all good stuff. You know, there's no thing about it, and I find it a very interesting mode indeed. It's a lot nicer than digital modes, and it's a lot more fun to do. And you can be here all day. Because the only thing is, when you're getting your pictures together, make sure that you posting them into the thing is no problem. The size of the picture doesn't make any difference to when it goes into the plate. The plate will automatically adjust it for what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? The aspect ratio will be kept to suit the picture. It will fit into the socket there, so there's no problem doing that. All right. Anybody else with an inquiry or a question or nothing at all?
So do you log those QSOs in your log? Do you do it like a normal QSO?
Yeah, there's a log thing on it there. When you got to come into the log thing on it there, where am I going? I have to get back out of. I have to get back into the SSTV thing now. Where's it gone? It's there. This one here. You still see that now, yeah? So over here you have the log thing over here. So in the logging, you see the data there on that. You open up the data thing there. This thing up here is the date. The date goes in up there on top. So today's date is the 14th. That's the 14th. The 14th. 14th. I just stick in 12, and I stick in 2021 in there, and the UTC is the time that goes in there. So that was at about, we could say, I got that at about say 2030. I'm not going to be accurate, but it's 2030, and we ended it at come out of there, you hate this thing. We say we ended it at 2100, and the power we were using was about 50 watts, 50 watts, 50 watts, 50 watts. Go in there, and that's it there. And we just put down, just put a little note in here. Oh, Jesus, I hate that. It goes away like that. Anyway, we put a little note in here. We say good image. And then you just hit the right button. It's gone. Logged up. Just like that. All right. So anybody else with a query there? And I just back out of this thing again. I'll just shut this thing down here.
Where did it go to, Joe?
Goes into a file. Goes into a log file here somewhere. See where I have it now. There's a whole lot of things that I have to figure out yet where the log file goes to. It files it in. I think it files it up in a thing there. It says yoke here. If I go into history here, it's history, and I can click on that. Click on that there, I could save that to the file with the timestamp. So that's where it goes. You see that goes there. It's in the history, RX history. And I files that with a timestamp on it. So that's where you get all the pictures. That's where I have them on the yoke there. So it goes into that panel there on the desktop. So that's where it's at. I have that on the desktop. So it's logged in that there. So I can get at it anytime I want. So that's all there is on that. Just shut this down now. Just down this SSTV there. And we'll go back over there. So go back in the thing. So there we go. Right, job is done.
Just a quick question, Joe.
Yeah.
I was trying to set up here this Spanish version of this software.
Yeah.
And it's asking for OmniRig.
Yes.
And it doesn't seem to work. What version of OmniRig are you running?
It's the same. What you do is when you download the program, you have to download OmniRig again into the yoke, and then you got to pull it across into the program. So OmniRig is now working on your radio. If I can get back into this, I'm in the wrong screen here now. I can't get back into this, but I downloaded OmniRig when I was loading down the program, and then I just put OmniRig into the same file as the Ionic, same folder as Ionic, and it picks it up. But when you go in there and you set it up, now the OmniRig will only set up the control port for the radio. It won't set up the PTT port. It only works on the control. And what happens with the control is if you look at the thing there, you see a load of memories across the end of it, across the end of the screen, memory channels. You put any frequency into the memories there. If you have OmniRig in as the control program, and you just click on the memory, it'll automatically change the frequency on the radio for you to that particular part, that particular spot, right?
Yeah.
But you have to tune it. You have to tune up the thing yourself, because the radio won't tune unless you actually might physically tune it, right? So you've got this yoke here that I have a HF yoke on this, and if I was tuning up a HF frequency on it, I'd have to put it into AM and push the PTT, and the automatic tuner then would tune the antenna for me. So that's how that works. But you've got to set up the OmniRig. There's another version of the program. It's called SSTV, version 1.13a. That's written by a Japanese guy. That's the original version of the program. And it's recommended by anybody who's doing this that you download the original version of the program first. It's all in English. And you have a file that goes into. That goes into the file that you set up the folder. And you download the Ionic and put the Ionic into the same folder. So they're the two things that are associated with each other, and they complement each other. The Ionic is an update of the original version, because there's more things in the Ionic program than there is in the original version. You don't get all the same things in it. Unfortunately, your man didn't put in a very good English explanation in his thing when he was doing it. He put it all in Spanish, and it will change for you when you download it. You have to go to the end of the screen and make sure that you change the language to English at the bottom of the screen, and then you have to reload.
Found that bit, yeah.
Then you have to reload the program into the system, so that the system goes back to come up then in a semi-English language, kind of like Esperanto or something. You know, it's one of them ones. It's there for you anyway. Baud race 9600, yeah.
No, you don't have to, Adrian. The best thing you can do is download a thing called VPSE, which is a virtual serial port. The port coming off your machine, right, and literally shared across, so you can run every single program off VPSE without having to have multiple profiles. Set it at 9.6 and just leave it alone at that, and it'll work. And it'll run right across everything.
Yeah. Now the thing on that there, the clock thing on that was the clock thing on top, the 44 100 thing. that's got to do with the sampling time of the signal going in and out, and it's also got to do with the quality of the video link that you put in. If you go into your audio settings, you'll see a thing there that says the quality of the audio can be either CD, DVD, or studio, and they'll all put those figures in it. So you set it to it, now they'll be on 32, 64, or whatever, depending on the bit rate of the machine you're using. But that's it. It's in the audio settings anyway. So that 44100 is the same setting as what's in the settings for the audio. Right. So anybody else with a query, question, or anything before I decide? Do you want to take back the screen? Or do you want to take the screen share back? And okay, good stuff. Okay, good stuff. Oh, I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it, and that it was of interest. To say, really, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
There was a copy. I don't know, Adrian. Can